So you, as a master trainer, as a master sales coach, what's the right mindset that a sales professional should have when it comes to creating questions?
That's good. So not all questions are created equally. And so I think the first thing to think about when you're putting together questions or even looking at the questions that you ask people is what am I trying to figure out? What am I going to do with the answer? And it should be a map. So if I ask a question, I know if they give me this answer, this is the direction I'm going to take the conversation to serve them. If they give me this answer, I'm going to go this way in order to serve them. And that to serve them is important because I think a lot of times we ask questions with a false like, oh, we'll get to be friends or I'll get to know them. But how does knowing where they like to vacation or what they did over the weekend help you to make a sale unless you're selling boats or ski equipment or something like that?
That's interesting you say that. I actually just heard recently a guy named Andrew Bustanami. He's a former CIA agent, and he has a great podcast that everyone should watch called Everyday Spy. And I actually heard him say this concept that they taught in the CIA, that you would create conversation maps. Isn't that cool? So,
oh, I like that.
I know. So you've got a mark, right? So let's say you've got a mark and you got a mark in a bar that you're trying to go after, or an asset, and they would actually write out the way that a conversation is going to go. So here's what they're going to say first as far as their approach, and then if the asset or the mark says A, they go this way in the map or in the tree, and if they say B, they go this way. And so they actually write out this flow, this map.
I love that. And I love the term of it. That's something I've definitely been doing, but I didn't have such a cool name for it. And I like that it makes me feel more like a CIA agent, which how cool is that?
It's very cool. So let's continue going down this path because everything we teach, of course, is all focusing on three things. So again, it's what we think about as it relates to the concept, what we're going to say, and what we're going to do. So let's still stay down that track of what we need to think about. So what else does a sales professional need to think about when they are creating the right mindset or mind frame to ask better questions?
Okay, so first thinking about where am I going with the question. Second, I think put ourselves in the position of the buyer and not of yourself. So what is going to be important to them? What is going to be easy for them to talk about, as opposed to, I think sometimes the intention of a salesperson is to let someone know how educated or how smart we are. But our questions end up sounding like a quiz or a trick question, and the person can't answer it, and then they feel stupid. And if they feel stupid and they feel dumb and they feel small, they buy small, or they stop talking to us, or they ghost us. And so what is, especially at the beginning of a conversation, what's going to be easy for the prospect to answer? And is your question going to lead them to feel bigger and stronger and more powerful?